This segment is brought to you by Premier Barter Exchange, where you connect, network, trade, and grow. Joining me here in the studio is Lori Davis. She is our subject matter expert as it comes to relationships. She is a specialist in that area, and she has some education, master's in clinical psychology. She is certainly a relationship wonder. Her phone number is 704-999-1781. You want to write this down, 704-999-1781. You can always check out our website at www.lorianndavis.com, LORIANNDAVIS.com. What wonderful things do you have for us today, Lori?
I'm going to talk today how to bring the passion and the spark and the intimacy back into your relationship.
Passion, spark, and intimacy.
Yes, nobody wants that in their relationship, right? Everybody does.
Everybody does.
Everybody
Absolutely.
does. And everybody
yes.
needs it. You cannot have an unstoppable relationship without passion and intimacy in that relationship.
Wow.
But what happens is we start our relationships in that romantic phase. You know, that phase that has all those great hormones surging through our body.
The butterflies.
Yes, all that oxytocin, if we could just bottle it, market it, and legally sell it, it would be wonderful.
Well, let's talk about that.
When you find out, let me know.
Okay.
Okay.
Here's a pill.
Yeah, but we can recreate that.
Okay.
But what happens in relationships after a period of time is those hormones start to decrease. 6 months, 2 years into a relationship generally, so depending on where you are, you all of a sudden get busy with day-to-day life. Those hormones aren't there anymore to the extent they were. And we wake up and we go, what happened to the spark in our relationship?
Is that something that we caused or something that happens
No,
normally?
it's just a natural phase of the relationship.
Okay.
And it's just a progress that happens.
So me punching her in the eye had nothing to do with it?
Probably yes.
Oh, okay.
But it would have happened if you hadn't done that.
Okay.
So yeah, but don't
just
do
checking.
that.
Okay. No punching in the eye.
No,
Okay,
because
I'll
then
put
we're in
that
a whole
on my
different topic.
Things to do list. No
Yes.
punching in the
You won't get
eye.
that passion back that
Okay.
way. No.
Okay.
So there are things we can do, though, that can help that. We then need to make that a priority in our relationship. We need to create that spark and that passion, and there are things we can do to do that. We need to understand the difference between men and women and the masculine and feminine energy. And I'm not talking about men and women. We both have masculine and feminine energy in us.
Okay.
Masculine energy is that energy that goes out there and accomplishes things. It solves problems. It's that leadership energy. It's that pursuing energy.
Like a type A personality?
Yeah,
type
but we all
individual?
have that energy.
Right.
You know, women are going off to work every day, or
That's
they're running
true.
a household.
That's
They're
right.
using that masculine energy to accomplish that.
Getting things done, getting
Yes.
results,
Yes,
go
that's
getter.
masculine energy.
Okay.
Feminine energy is that softer energy, that feelings, that being receptive, that instead of doing, it's more of just being. And everybody has that. What
Okay.
happens in our society, though, I think a lot of times now is that for women, when we are out there in the world with that masculine energy, but then when we come back together with our guy and in our relationships, we need to change hats. We need to take off the masculine energy hat and put on that feminine energy. We need to find ways to be soft and to be loving and to be emotional, but in good ways,
Right.
that happy emotion, and to be loving and receptive so that our guys can show up with that masculine energy, because it's that polarity, it's that draw of the two of those. That's what creates the spark. And we have to work harder in our society now to get that than maybe we did when women kind of were more into that role. Does that make sense?
Are you saying that men need to get more in touch with their feminine side? Their feminine side?
No, actually, I'm encouraging men to show up masculine.
Show up masculine.
Sometimes they don't. Sometimes
Be a man.
Yes. As
Okay.
women, sometimes we don't give them the space to do that, because when we get together with them, we don't change hats. So when we're showing up masculine and we're meeting their masculine energy, that
Okay.
spark doesn't...
That's conflict.
That's conflict. There's no spark there. You know, guys want us to be strong and to be able to be independent and successful and do that. But when we're talking about the relationship and we're talking about intimacy and passion in a relationship, we need that masculine and feminine energy to come together to create that spark.
Okay.
So one of the things I want to talk to the ladies about is changing that hat. And what can you do when you're driving home from work or you're home and it's time to change gears? You have to find a way to get back in touch with that feminine energy. And it's important to you too. Just being in touch with that masculine energy wears us out. You know, we want to be in touch with our feminine side. So can you play some soft music that makes you feel feminine? Can you start thinking about your guy and times that you've shared? Can you take a hot bath at the end of the day and put on something sexy? Can you, whatever works for you to get in touch with that feminine side. And the other thing I want you to know is I want you to realize, women I don't think understand fully how important that our intimacy and our intimate relationship with our guy is to a man. We know that it's something they enjoy. We know it's something they want. But I don't think we understand that this is how they feel loved in the relationship. This is a top priority to them, to feel our love. It would be as the equivalent when we withhold sex from our guys. It's the equivalent to them not talking to us. And that would feel lousy to us. Well, it feels lousy to them. So it's their way really of getting love in the relationship. But it goes beyond that. It's also their way of feeling self-esteem. It builds their self-esteem in all areas of their lives. So they go to work feeling more confident when they have a good love life with us. They have more confident relationships with their friends. They feel better about themselves in general. So if we understand how important this is to our guy, then I think we understand, we have even more reason to want to share this with him, to want to be feminine, to want to have a good love life, to want to have that passion and intimacy in our relationships. Because you know what, ladies? You are the only one on the planet who can do that for your guy and who can give that to him. I'm assuming here we're in a monogamous relationship. But you're the only one that can do that. And if you understand how important that is, then we want to do that for our guy.
So he can walk around with the S on his chest.
Yes, so he can walk around feeling super.
Yeah.
Yes, because don't you want your guy to feel super?
That
and
is
don't
true.
you want to be a part of him feeling super?
Wow.
And guys, you can help your lady to want to be a part of that. You know, women, when it comes to sex, women feeling turned on and wanting to be passionate starts in their heart. So guys need to connect with their heart. He needs to give them love and attention. I've mentioned before that attention is an aphrodisiac for women. So the more you're telling them how special they are to you, that you love them, that they're beautiful, randomly, not when you're trying to get them to go to bed with you at that moment. Other times during the day. When you're telling them that.
It starts in the morning.
It starts in the morning, yes. And it carries on through the day. That flirting back and forth. There's nothing more fun than sending flirty text throughout the day. Knowing that when the day's over, what do you have to look forward to? This is great stuff, and it doesn't take a lot. But it's being feminine. And the guy's coming back being masculine. And you're getting that break from everything else you're doing, and you're thinking about that. You're feeling loved. And then you get together at the end of the day and you share that bond that you only share with this one person. And it's great stress reduction. It's great for our hearts. It's great for our health. It's great for our emotions. It keeps our relationship bonded. So it's a priority, and we need to make it a priority.
What about the person who gets a heart attack while they're doing it?
Then he died really happy. Is there any guy who would not want to die that way?
That's the way to die, right?
Yeah, you know?
Lori, you are wonderful. Family, please make sure that you're jotting down all of this information. We're talking here to Lori Davis. She is a master when it comes to relationships. She's passionate. She's knowledgeable. She's educated. She knows what she's talking about. If you take what it is that she's sharing and apply it in your relationships, you will be so much happier. Be sure that get in contact with Lori. You need to reach out to her. You need to call her. You need to get these tips, these tricks. You even have a blog.
I have a blog on my website, yes.
There's a blog on her website, lorianndavis.com. Be sure that you go to her blog and see all this wealth of information, knowledge, and experience that she is sharing. You can always call her at 704-999-1781. That's 704-999-1781. Lori Davis is the real deal. Thank you so much, Lori, for being here with us.
Thank you so much for having me.